2:30, and all my jobs are done. Been off site, come back, and I've had a lead about for the position of my third rod, and I managed to find a spot in this channel which I'm really chuffed about, because that's where I've seen a lot of fish. Took 3 or 4 casts and I located a good spot that gave me a good donk. So I've clipped up, got the wraps, and I'm happy with it. So I'm going to the rig that's going to go there will be a multi-rig, so I'm going to put a new hook on it, new hook bait, get that clipped up, at which point all 3 rods will be clipped up, ready to go, and as soon as that rod's had a new rig on it, all 3 rods will have new rigs on. So I'm going to cast out for 3 o'clock, get them out a little bit earlier today, and then I'm going to put 10 sponfuls over each rod. That's the plan. So that's me for the next hour or so. I've got a lot of confidence. I really have. This water's very quiet now. There's 4 guys that were behind me, they've moved off. 2 of them are on the bus stop, and one was on lawns and one was behind me. They've all left. Someone else has set up on lawns. Nobody in spring gates, so I can't imagine anyone else will be on today. The shop's shut. The shop shuts at 12 on a Sunday, so if you do arrive on a Sunday, you've got to be here in plenty of time. So that's where we are. Really chuffed I found that spot, because there's been a lot of fish showing there. So I'm going to put some bait out on my rods, 2:30, and all that'll be done by 3:30. I'm going to have some tea at 5, like I did last night. Have it a little bit earlier, maybe 5:30, and then get in a position where we can settle down for the evening. So that's where I am. Not a bad position to be in. 3 nights left. Fingers crossed. It's 4 o'clock. All 3 rods are out, and all the bait's out. So that's 7 spoms over my middle and right hand rod. And then the spot that I found for my left hand rod, I've put 9 sponfuls over, because that's not had any bait. So just thought I'd retreat to the shade, because as you can see, the bivvy is bathed in sunshine. So thought I'd get a little bit of respite for 10 minutes. Weather conditions, well, it's blazing hot, and they weren't wrong. It is 18 degrees. Just going to check on the old weather app. Weather. Yeah, 18 degrees, and it feels every bit 18 degrees as well. It's been like this all the time we've been down here. What normally happens is obviously the sun moves over and it's tremendously warm. My bivvy's directly in the sunlight, so it's even hotter, and then the temperature will drop suddenly when the sun goes down. I think we're expecting another clear night, so it's going to be about 8 degrees. So don't really want it too much colder than that for this time of year. Planes are relatively quiet today. Obviously, maybe it must be quieter on a Sunday, I don't know. but it makes sort of makes it a little bit more pleasant. Although the planes don't really bother me. I had quite a few comments on the previous series that I shot here, saying that people would just find it totally unbearable. I don't think it's that bad. It may come across as being bad and a bit of a nuisance on the films, but you kind of get used to it. So yeah. In terms of number of anglers, there's not many on. Not many on at all. There's somebody on the bank as you drive in, the south bank. On the roadside, I think there's one or two people. Someone's on lawns. Don't know if anybody's on the railway bank. Don't know if there's anyone in the bus stop or any of those swims. But it's very quiet. I can hear the bailiff buggy coming round, so maybe they're dropping somebody off. I don't know. I think one of the bailiffs is fishing it tonight. So yeah, there you go. So the plan is have a bit of a sort out, and then have some tea around 5:30, so an hour and a half's time, and then just watch the sun go down. Yeah, good day. Life doesn't really get any better than this. Apart from spending time with my family, this is how I like to enjoy my time. So this is the last holiday before Christmas. I've no more days off to take, so the few remaining days that I've got left for work will be reserved for Christmas. So this will definitely be my last trip to Wraysbury, and will probably be my last overnighter before March, before spring. I've yet to decide what I want to do with my fishing next year. Leaves are falling off the trees. Autumn has landed.
It's no other. It's just what I was just sat there and I've done my wraps and that on another rock, and I went, what the hell, mate? We can pick our weeds, can't we?
Yeah.
Whoa. Come on, baby. Come on. You know you want a bit of currant bud. You know you want a bit of colour.
Let's bring him in. Jordan, this is priceless.
I've got my crocs here. I'm losing my croc. No, my crocs here. Hey, just put me new please. I don't know. I've had them on for 2 days before. I guess, right, you know, same buying stuff, right? You're not alright. I'm going to buy some. Them grey ones are extra light. But okay. I'm in sewage. Up to my elbow. Right up to the top. We got out of it, yeah.
Yeah, it's still on. So,
wow, man.
That was a double take. The first fish that we got out was 12 pounds. Just for the sake of everyone's sanity, we thought we'd put that one back and get the second one in. The second one came off in the fight. We're both piss wet through. He's covered in sewage.
I've got Calvin Klein boxes on and it's covered in sewage. Have some of that.
So there you go. It doesn't get any more real than that. A double take at Wraysbury. Right, it's 6:20. That was an absolute nightmare, wasn't it? I've sorted the 2 rods out. I'm going to get them out because the sun's going to drop soon. Make it a little bit more difficult for me to get them out. So I'm going to do that and then we'll talk about what just happened. So it's 10 to 7. As you can see, all 3 rods are now out. On the same spots, there's the double take. So, yeah, what was all that about then? Well, I had a run on my middle rod. It was quite a run actually. My clutches are reasonably tight. I don't want them to take a lot of line, and it screamed off. So I picked that up, played that, got that reasonably close in, and then I sort of heard one of my alarms sounding, and I really thought that I hadn't kind of, you know, crossed the line or anything. So I looked down and my left hand rod tip was bent, and I had a run on the left hand rod. And it all got a bit chaotic. I had the middle rod in my hand, shouted Jonesy to come, shouted him to bring his net, which he did. He got the left hand rod. We were kind of stood on the wrong side, so he ducked under my line, brought mine in, which was a bit of a saga, netting it. It's not the greatest peg for netting them, purely because of the just amount of weed that happens to be here. So brought that one in. It was a real mission to get it into the into the sling so I could safely bring it to the mat. Did that, and Jonesy's are really hunkered down. So obviously in the ideal world it'd be nice to have if you're going to get a brace, to have a shot with 2 fish, but given that you can't retain fish here, I obviously didn't want to keep the fish out on the bank, so I quickly weighed it. It was 12 pounds, so I thought I'd slip it back without a picture and without getting it on film. Just thought the fish's welfare is probably worth a lot more than me getting a picture with it. So we slipped that one back, that went back okay, and then the fish came off, it was a hook pull, the rod that Jonesy had. So obviously very positive that I've had 4 bites now and landed 1, and obviously positive that the bait's clearly working, and as are the rigs. I think obviously we were up against it because the fish that came on the left hand rod had an enormous amount of time to, you know, basically do what it wanted. So after I've recast the rod, I've really tightened the clutch up, but I'm gonna have to be on my rods if I get any takes. I'm gonna have to be on them. It's as I say, it's 7 o'clock. The sun's just disappearing. Well, it's just disappeared, and that's what's in front of us. So fingers crossed. I'm just going to have 20 minutes just watching the water, seeing if I can see any signs. It's just occurred to me as I've been sat here chilling, those 2 takes were like 4:30 in the afternoon, which is a bit of useful information, you know, in terms of like when they should be back out for sort of the bite time window, if you like, opening. I know you get bites at all hours, but generally, you know, as a general rule, they happen within certain windows, don't they? So I think for the rest of the trip, that's something to bear in mind, and that, you know, the rods will be out, you know, 4 o'clock at the absolute latest from now on. Just a little bit more information for the jigsaw puzzle, as I was saying earlier. It'll be a clear night again, as was predicted, which means it's going to get a little bit cold later. Well, good morning. It's 9 o'clock, Monday morning. Been up for a couple of hours, just trying to look for signs. Still fisher in the area. Just had one shore over my main spot, the middle and right hand rods. Weather-wise, it's the same as yesterday, really. I think it's going to be like this for the duration of our visit. Up to 18 degrees, lows of 8, clear at night. So ready for another nice day. Rods went out at 3:30 yesterday afternoon. Obviously I had that double take, and they went out back out about 6:30. I'm going to bring them in at 11, so a couple of hours. Go and do my shop visit and come back and get them out. Probably want to have the rods out for a couple of hours a day tops, just to give everything a break. So that's the intention for today. Yeah, looking forward to feeling positive, and another day of fishing. No action in the night, no bleeps, nothing. I was a little bit surprised about that. I thought we'd have something. We had the supermoon and the lunar eclipse last night, which looking at some of the photos that are available was quite impressive. So I thought that might, you know, big moon, I thought that might turn them on, switch them on, but certainly didn't for me. Not sure if anything else has been out around the lake. A few more anglers have turned up today, setting up on roadside. So that's that bank there. Yeah, I think there's somebody in most of the pegs that I can see, certainly at this side of the lake. So yeah, we've got 2 more nights fishing this wonderful venue, and fingers will most certainly be crossed. So I'm going to make a cup of tea. I'll be back to you very shortly. Had a walk onto the site where they're building the clubhouse yesterday. It's really progressed since our last trip. It looks absolutely stunning. The building looks, we looked at it from a distance. The building looks superb. They've got some lovely lawned areas surrounding it. It's going to be absolutely amazing when it's done. I was chatting to a guy yesterday. They've had several competitions here. I think the army have fished here, a couple of others, and he fished it as part of the army comp, and he was just having a mooch around. He says he gets to fish 4 nights a month, so he does every other weekend. He does a couple of nights every other weekend, and so it was good to chat to him. He was just having a walk around. He wasn't fishing, he was just checking it out. But he said that, you know, it's remarkable what RK Leisure have done, which I totally agree with. Well, we've got a cormorant that's just appeared. Which I'll try and show you. It's just dived. Prehistoric looking thing, isn't it? Birds generally not been a nuisance here, much totally opposite to the quarry where the coots were a complete pain in the arse, picking my rig up, moving my lead. But here, yeah, I think the swans and the cygnets are the biggest pain in the backside. So as long as you keep them away from your rod tips, too bad. Just had a couple of bleeps off my rods. Pretty sure it's the leaves, the debris falling from the trees, as you can see. My swim's kind of littered with them. Autumn's definitely here. Seeing the trees, leaves are just starting to discolour. It's a beautiful bank, that. Beautiful tree line bank. Stunning. So when I come fishing, obviously I like to capture stuff for my videos, do the filming, the bankside filming, but also take the opportunity to, as I'm outdoors, a wonderful venue, to try and capture some of the scenery. So the trailer that I made on my last trip involved me using my GoPro, setting it up on some of the pegs that were occupied, and shooting some video from there. So when I reel my rods in and I go to the shop, there's a spot around near the picnic area where we've seen kingfishers. So I've got my GoPro and I've attached it. I've got the mount for my tripod here, so that's mounted. Now what I want to do is, because we're talking about birds, I'm going to record at 1080p, about 120 frames a second. So I'm going to set that up, and then I've got the GoPro up on my phone, which I'll show you here. It's just about to see that. So I click on the GoPro app. That's my GoPro. Just needs to update some software. So whilst that's doing that, basically there's a Wi-Fi mode on the GoPro which you can connect to through your Wi-Fi settings on your phone, and it can transmit what the GoPro sees. So effectively you can set it up and you can get the picture on your phone to make sure that you're looking at what you think you are, because obviously there's no viewfinder on the GoPro. You can get an attachment for it, but I just prefer to use the app. So I'll let that install. I didn't realise it would do this. It's just flashed there. I think the camera's restarted. So the update's finished. So you start the app, it sees my GoPro, and there you go. Okay. Just turn portrait off, and look at that. So that is what my GoPro sees. That's not bad, is it? And there's your move for that. So that way you can frame your shot. That's perfect, isn't it? How good's that? So, brought the rods in, as you can see. So, I'm just going to get myself ready, go to the shop, and have an hour trying to get these kingfishers. Good times indeed. I'll be back soon. Well, it's 2:30, all my chores are done, so I'm going to get the rods back out for 3:30. I'm going to change the hooks, put new hook braces on, and then get my spoms out. All that'll be done in the next hour and a half. I'll be out by 4 anyway at the latest. Weather's still absolutely glorious. Just put the shorts and the Crocs on. I'm kind of melting a bit. So It's tidy weather. Just called into the OK Leisure Tackle Shop on the way back. Good chat with George. Not seen any signs in the last hour since I've been back, so it has gone a little bit quiet compared to how it has been. But this is a baking hot day. Unbelievable, really. Right, I'm gonna go and sort these rods out. I've got a few bits to show you later. Just a quick one on the bait I'm using. I've got sticky baits krill that I've crumbed up in the crusher. Added some hemp, as you can see. Good old carpy goodness. There's a bit of an extra. I'm just going to add some hemp oil. Just a liberal bit. And then give that a bit of a stir around. It's blazing hot sunshine. Absolutely burning up. That's the bait sorted, ready to go out, which I'll be doing very soon. Keep the lid on it so it doesn't dry out. Just add this little £11 mirror, fought like a demon. All the sticky baits, what was it? Wafter, krill wafter, over a bed of crumbed krill and hemp. Beautiful fish, absolutely beautiful.
That took a good picture. Great.
Good?
Beautiful fish.
Let's get it back.
Yeah.
Beautifully marked.
Fucking good skills, mate.
Check the pecs. Best bit. Right on the back. To fight another day. That was fish 2. That came at 5:15. Lovely, well marked £11 mirror. It's weird, yesterday it was 4:30, today it's 5:15. It's quite early, isn't it? I'm really pleased, obviously, because the spot's working, everything's working, they're eating the bait, they're on the bait, and the rigs are working. I think that it'd be nice if the weights were going up. So yesterday's was a £12, today's was 11. It'd be nice if that trend was reversed. But I'm not bothered about the weight really. It'd be nice to catch a big one. So all 3 rods are back out. Later than I wanted, but obviously I had the fish to contend with. So left and right, as per usual, are on that spot. To the right, left hand rod is down this tree line on my left. Left hand rod's proving to be a bit of a pain in the backside. As you can see, I've had to dip the left hand rod's tip under the water. That's mainly because of all that debris. Got all this crap in front of them, floating weed and leaves that's fallen off the trees. So I had problems just sinking my line the first 8 yards off my rod tip, so I've just dropped that for the time being. I know it doesn't look aesthetically carpy, but I just want that line to sink a bit more. So another night unfolds. It's 7 o'clock. The sun's gone down. The temperature's started to drop, so I have to put my longer pants on, get my socks and boots on, get out of these Crocs. Whilst it's absolutely gorgeous during the day, almost piss-booing weather, it does rapidly drop when that sun goes down. We are at the very, very back end of September, so that's hardly surprising. One of the sort of basic premises of me angling was kind of trying to keep things simple. So I've generally only tried to have kind of 2 rigs, one that fishes a bottom bait and one that fishes a pop-up. And if I was being critical of my angling, I would say that I don't fish bottom baits enough. I'll generally fish pop-ups, and if they don't work, I'll just put a different pop-up on, and generally they'd be a coloured pop-up. What I've tried to do this trip is to fish both. It sounds basic, but it was certainly a weakness in my fishing of only fishing pop-ups. So I've got kind of pop-ups and bottom baits out there. I may fish a washed out pop-up during the day and then a fluoro pop-up during the night with the idea that they'll just be a little bit more obvious for them to see. All my catches on this trip, or my 2 catches and all my bites, have been caught with food coloured bait. So krill pop-ups and krill wafters. Something I've never really done. I've always kind of aligned myself to whites and yellows and pinks. I've got 4 pots in there in my bag of different coloured pop-ups that have been sitting in corded glug pots for a fortnight, and I've not even got them out. So it's something I've changed. I'd say that it's maybe helped. Something that I'll maybe do a little bit more of. I don't know. I thought I'd share that with you. Just something I've changed.